if you have a bank account, a phone, and a debit card, then this will keep you up.
It's almost like somebody stabbed me, took $38,000 from my wallet. I can't let this go. I'm never gonna let this go.
$38,000, and the way these scammers took this money from his account will shock you because it happened with his own phone.
Justin Chan is trying to cope with losing $38,000.
The night of September 4th, it was about 11 p.m. I'd gotten some initial notifications on my phone that were very unusual. My passwords were changed.
His iPhone had stopped working.
I couldn't make any calls in or out. And it shows up on your phone in the upper left-hand corner that there's SOS rather than bars that show.
Now, if you think that your phones are safe and you have a banking app and they claim that, hey, it's secure, your phone is secure, even these phone companies, just watch this because this is terrifying.
The next morning, the Carlsbad resident learned someone had called his cell phone provider, Xfinity Mobile, and convinced them to transfer his phone number to a device he didn't own.
Okay, so this is clearly shocking. So no one called his bank actually first. They actually called his phone company, and in this case, Xfinity Mobile, and they actually got access to his security codes and other things, and they convinced this company to change his phone number, or you can say to change the ownership of his phone number, and they transfer it to a different phone. Means a scammer did that. This is dangerous, this is terrifying, and this is scary.
This is known as the SIM swapping scam. And due to new eSIM technology, thieves no longer need to steal a physical SIM card to gain access to a victim's phone.
So they can do it all over the internet on a phone call. You know, like these eSIMs, like I have a cell phone right here, right? So it has eSIM. It doesn't have any physical SIM though. So in order to activate the SIM, what you do, you call the carrier, and then of course they ask you for some codes and your IMEI number, and they activate your service on it with a new number. Don't you think it's really easy for these scammers to do this? Because they know that they don't need a physical SIM. Like, this is terrifying, to be honest.
This is known as the SIM swapping scam. And due to new eSIM technology, thieves no longer need to steal a physical SIM card to gain access to a victim's phone.
So I told them that this is not me. Why did you switch the phone line over? And they basically said, we have verification. And I asked them, what kind of verification did you have? And said, we had the last 4 digits of your credit card. And I thought that was not me. And why?
That was it? They only asked for the last 4 digits of his credit card number. So anyone who has his credit card can actually switch his phone number? Like, seriously, is it even possible?
Switched the phone line over, and they basically said, we have verification. And I asked them, what kind of verification did you have? And said, we had the last 4 digits of your credit card. And I thought that was not me. And why would you do that?
5 days later, Chan got a chilling letter in the mail from Bank of America showing 3 wire transfers totaling $38,000.
So up until that point, you had no idea?
I had no idea. At that point, the culprit took hold of my email account, and he had actually thrown away the notifications that I usually get from Bank of America.
And once you found out that $38,000 was gone, what were you thinking?
Fear, distress, horror. There was $38,000 in the checking account, and now it was left with $200.
So $38,000 gone in just minutes. And what these scammers did, they only swept his SIM, that's it. And then they gained access to his email accounts, to his credit cards, you know, like those Apple wallets, if you know, and those Google wallets as well, by the way. And then they actually got a hold of his bank accounts as well. These scammers are on a different level right now. And we gotta be careful.
Chan is frustrated Bank of America didn't flag the wires as suspicious. He says they went through in the middle of the night while he was sleeping.
I've never wired money out of Bank of America. It's just been money that's been sitting there waiting for my mom to use as rent, as funds, as food, as utility payments.
This is heartbreaking, like that money is actually for his mom. So I'm unable to digest this because, if this is happening right now in US, then just imagine using the Apple Wallet. We put all of our cards in our phone and we all know that and we believe it's so secure that nothing's going to happen to it. We have all our email accounts in it instead of our laptop. And now we can see that these scammers can actually access everything, or you can say these scammers can access anything they want, like in a jiffy. This is shocking and terrifying, by the way.
Nationally, the FBI says SIM swapping cost victims more than $48 million last year. So far in 2024, the FBI is aware of about 800 cases of SIM swapping. Intelligence analyst David Tomaz says at least 9 of those cases are in San Diego, but
I think there's massive underreporting though.
Walk me through why this is so problematic for someone who's a victim of this. What happens when they get the number ported over?
They're accessing different accounts. They're using the two-factor authentication text messages as a bypass. So they're getting into your email accounts, they're getting into financial accounts, they're getting into any other online identity they need access to, and then they can wreak all sorts of havoc on your online identity.
But in order to do this, someone has to have my email accounts and the passwords. Though, okay, let's assume that they actually swapped the SIM, right? So I have all the apps and everything in my phone right here, in the physical phone. So how on earth is possible for them to access the apps and the passwords that I have? Oh wait, it's in the cloud. They took it from the cloud. Whoa, that's dangerous.
How easy is it for scammers to use this to get into your phone?
It can be very easy. It depends on their technical sophistication and the training that the company is using.
Two-factor authentication codes are meant to be an extra layer of security to keep the bad guys out of your bank account, social media sites, and email. But they can be used against you if a criminal hijacks your phone number. Experts have advice so you don't become a victim.
You can protect yourself by taking a few steps. You want to make sure that you're keeping unique passwords. That's very important. You can also contact your phone carrier and ask about setting up a PIN. So whenever there is a change to your account, this PIN will be required.
The first thing that we all need to do is to call our phone carrier and ask them to set up a PIN. They had the loss for the credit cards. He did not have the PIN, so that's why they were able to swap the SIM. Makes sense.
This is an absolute nightmare. This is something that you want to make sure that as soon as you find out or get any clue that this might have happened to you, that you contact your phone carrier immediately, and make sure that you also let your financial institutions know as soon as possible.
Chan followed that advice and reported the incident. Soon after, the bank sent him this letter. It said, "Based on our research, we've determined your claim can't be honored. Our investigation found the transaction in question was confirmed valid by you via SMS text message."
That was just as bad as the criminal taking the money from me initially.
Chan then reported the crime to Carlsbad police, along with what he thought was a pretty important clue. Remember that letter showing the 3 wires? One transfer for $20,000 went to a Wells Fargo account with the recipient's name listed. So who is that man? I started digging and confirmed he's a convicted felon in Sacramento.
Wow. So they found out the person. At least some relief. So the big question is that, of course, I know about that rest of the money, like the $18,000, he lost it. But what about this $20,000? Is he going to get it back? Okay, now this is a thrilling situation. Let's watch it.
Team 10 is not naming him because he has not been charged in this case. The man has been charged 35 times over the years for other crimes. Wow. Since 2001, he's been sentenced for using fraudulent checks, theft by false pretenses, and having a stolen car. Just last year, a judge sentenced him on felony drug charges. I asked Carlsbad police if they were aware of what I found. The department told me a detective has been assigned to this case and is actively pursuing multiple investigative avenues, adding, "We take these cases very seriously and utilize all available resources to hold those responsible accountable."
So right now they're waiting for this investigator to do his job while the victim is waiting for his money. You know, it's a sad but an informative situation though.
Little comfort to Chan, who is still out $38,000. He wants to see the authorities and bank go after the fraudster.
I'm bewildered as to why I can't get the amount of assistance where I have a lot of the documentation, I have a lot of the evidence.
Team 10 pressed Bank of America for answers. After we got involved, the bank reopened Chan's case. A spokesperson told Team 10 Bank of America prioritizes client protection and we reimburse our customers for fraud losses resulting from verified unauthorized transactions. Chan is still waiting to see if the bank will refund him. Xfinity Mobile told Team 10 it is now working with Chan. The company says SIM swapping is a problem affecting the entire cell phone industry and all providers are trying to combat it.
Now, you need to understand this is literally a very thrilling and a sad situation though. Chang is still waiting for his money. Bank of America is saying that we take it seriously. We are trying to give you money back. These are the financial institutions which not just make millions but billions of dollars, and it's really hard for them to reimburse their customer. Only $38,000. Like $38,000 is a huge amount for us, but for these big financial institutions, it's nothing, to be honest. It's a pin in a haystack. But we hope that things will work out for Chang. But now there are a couple of takes from this. The first one is that you need to set up a PIN with your phone carrier. Call your phone carrier and say, hey, I want to set up a PIN. Don't share this PIN with anyone, like literally anyone. And at the same time, keep a record of everything. Now, I myself is scared of using Apple wallets and all the email accounts on my phone. This is literally shocking, to be honest. So have you ever encountered anything like this? Let me know in the comments below. I personally encountered one thing where I went to a gas station, used my card, came back home and saw a transaction of $350. It was in Texas. So but you know, like I got the money back because I reported it. You know, like they gave me the money back like in one phone call, and I still remember it was Wells Fargo. But I have no experience with Bank of America, but we hope that he gets his money back because this is a huge amount for Chang. And literally $38,000, it's a life saving for a number of Americans. So we hope that he get it back. But, you know, like just keep an eye on everything that is going on around you, especially on your phone as well. Never share your passwords or anything with anyone. We hope that Chang gets his money back, and you, me, and everyone, we hope that we stay safe from these ugly scammers. If you have any questions at all, then please let me know in the comments below. If you like our content, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon, and don't forget to please smash the like button on this video, as it helps this video reach to the wider audience so they can watch it as well and, you know, learn from it. And of course it helps the channel as well. Well, I'll see you in the next video very soon. Till then, please take care and have a nice day.